May I do a simple um, reasoning. I may I say, if me used to earn 100,000, I know me I earn 200,000, right? Because all the perks that I used to get now, is added to my pay, right? I know me can show some me I get 200,000 or even 170, 180,000.
Threshold also
Wouldn't it be
increase.
easier to get a loan? Because
Threshold.
Of
somebody
course.
somebody slurp or something
So,
or sleep.
so let me
Somebody
speak on
sleeping.
that. Let me speak on that a little bit. That's why I came up here. Barry, mute your
Right,
mic,
right.
please.
You can't take it. Listen to me. I jump out.
Barry mute, please.
Hold on.
Barry mute, thanks. So
The
that's why
threshold is another form of increase as well, you know, salary increase.
right.
And that
That's
people
why
recognize that.
that's why I came up here because um the problem that we have in Jamaica, we have a big problem in the Jamaican people. We really have a big problem in Jamaica. I'm going to speak a little bit, so just allow me, please. I'm just going to say this and then I get down. We have a lot of people like Healthy Skin who is sitting on the sideline and who is saying that they're not voting. I was taken aback a few days ago when I looked at this girl named Penelope. She posted a video and she asked people if they were voting. And some things where some people say make them now vote, it would be surprising. And when I look at these people, these are people who are sitting in their offices, and I know they're benefiting from the economy, whether you benefit from government or not, but they're benefiting from the economy, from government salary. The next thing I want to say, our biggest problem in Jamaica is financial illiteracy. Our biggest problem in Jamaica is financial illiteracy. I'm not talking about Jamaican girl. I'm not talking about Healthy Skin. I'm just making a general comment. We also I have seen it. I have worked in organization where I've seen people. I'm going to speak about a specific nurse. Her salary per month was 400,000. And when she done borrow, she not have nothing left. I lived to see that lady retired. And when she started to get her pension money, she was unable to do anything at all. Right? Anything, she was not able to live because these perks where Healthy Skin says she'd rather have them now. Later on, come back, come haunt that very same lady in her life. I have seen it with also police men where they were unable to survive on the pension that they get on a monthly, right?
they couldn't afford, right? And they are doing better now with salary. What's the reason for not voting? Oh, because Andrew did call election during COVID, you know, in a 2020. That becomes the reason why they're not voting. Yeah. So sometimes I'm saying, right? You'll be surprised and amazed to see the simple things, right? And the simple reasons that people give.
The last thing I'll say, and I'll come down, is when you're also getting an increase now, it's not only on the $20,000 or $30,000 basic pay you're getting it on everything that is rolled in. So it is a bigger amount. Yes, you're going to pay a little bit more taxes, but I think it's better for the country, right?
I want to point out this before you come in, winner. I want to say this, right? You know, I don't know if people know that the keep. If your car was down for 3 months for some reason, the government will pay that car upkeep up to a maximum of 3 months. I think right? And if you don't have a car after 3 months, that car upkeep is not paid to you. Now, what has happened to these civil servants? I wish I was in that position where you get now that car upkeep permanently for the rest of your time that you work with government. And what if you were to be elevated to a position that does not make you a traveling officer within the organization, right?
Okay.
You still have that car upkeep that is going to continue to be rolled into your salary, and you're going to always get that whatever increase comes for every bargaining period and those monies, and it is going to be calculated in your pension. Now, I want to say this also, that you may have a limit of, say, 300 miles.
We also never said that the increase don't benefit us, but I'm saying you want me to have skip and jump over $20,000 or whatever it want to be. That's not fair to me. My job description literally has the word stress on it.
Better now than it was
one thing,
before?
and I'm coming down, guys.
It must be foresight. We didn't say it isn't. Nobody said it wasn't.
So the argument, because
I don't know foresight. Apparently, we were not allowed to be disgruntled because we are getting more money.
Another point I'm just going to make an allow winner because
Foresight never come down. Just do this and come down. You know, civil servants.
Go, winner. Go.
Civil servants and the public sector workers who have the mindset that, listen, I'm not going to vote because this, I'm not going to vote because of that, and I will stay on the sideline. Remember, just like what Trump told the United States voters, I'm going to do this, and nobody thought he was serious. The People's National Party currently has an issue with the public sector wage bill to GDP of 13.5%. They say it should be reduced to 9.5%. How are you going to do things like that? You're going to freeze salary and you're going to reduce the public sector number of persons working in the public sector. Fine. That people want to win if voter. Two, the Jamaica Labour Party has been committed to say, listen, we are not going to put...
If the salary freeze, if you get it every year, I'm still freeze.
Well, I know. Jamaica Labour Party has made it clear that it is not in their mandate to put a cap on public sector wage bill, and that is why they have refused. They believe that public sector should be living a decent life under the Jamaica Labour Party. So when you're going out and you're looking on your fence, remember two things. PMP believe in the public sector wage bill to move from 30.5% to 9%. Two ways they can do that: reduce the number of people in public sector or give us wage freeze. That's why they're thinking about contemplating voting. Remember those.
Yes, that's true, winner. Because there's two reasons to really vote, right? One, not only because I think things will be much better, but you can be voting against something that you think will be much worse, right? So we have to bear that in mind. Sometimes you're voting against high taxes, low salary increases, right? Low salary, wage freeze. We don't want those things. We don't want to go back to those days. So that's another reason to vote, right? If it's better, you know. We can always argue that it's not much better, but better is better, right? And when you're on a trajectory, things are getting better. I think it is only reasonable that we support that journey, right? Another thing that I want to say, I don't think healthy people like healthy skin and the majority of the workforce, right?
We're not.
Exactly.
Most of my staff got 100% increase. I'm very happy for them.
Right. So you guys seem to be on the higher end, right?
Yeah. But I don't understand why some of the comments or commentators see this as an attack on the government.
Because you're not allowed to say anything that does not perfectly align with the Jamaica.
But I can't see what
I'm not seeing it as an attack on the government. I'm just
no, I can't know.
That's how the commenters see it. That is how the people in the comments kept saying, we're Mark Golding, covert, whatever. I've never voted for PNP from the day I bought.
It is not enough.
Jamaican girl, that is why when they were explaining, when they said to explain, and I said I'm going to put it in context, because yes, there are people that benefit, but if I didn't benefit, that is my reality.
Exactly.
You know.
And I said that from day one. I said that from the first point as well.
Can I add something?
Just let me say something now, sir, please. If I should tell you personally how my life has been affected under this government, a lot of you would wonder, my God, neighbor, then how could you do this program and say one thing positive about the government? We speak of education in Jamaica, you see? But I think we have to broaden that to become critical thinkers. And here's the difference. You are to see issues independently. Discuss those issues independently before you are able to attach the issue to the broader picture of government and governance. And I must tell you this, a person's individual situation sometimes have to be looked at. You have to give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't see how this conversation reaches to the point where people are suggesting that for some people this is a criticism of the government. I don't see it at all. I'm kind of losing.
Don't you think it is very important, neighbor, to look at that individual situation and see how it reflects the broader situation in terms of
yeah, but how does this say that hold on? How does this say financial literacy? What does this have to do with financial
what are the dominant?
People in the comments say we're living above our means, healthy skin.
All right, dominant. Go ahead.
Right, your talk, brother.
Dominant, go ahead.
I understand what these two girls are saying, but we'll put it in a broader perspective.
Oh, this is the evening of context.
Give me a chance. Brother, gone are the days when the government used to have to borrow money to pay public sector workers. Them days are done with. And that me worry about when the next one start coming. Because them know I just borrow money and increase that. Everything go up. It's interesting if a mortgage in the house, you have to be careful.
Yes.
If mortgage would ever go up, when you're not going to be able to afford it. You understand what I say to you? The next one I talk about taxes. If you hear them say tax and then them roll it back, we have to be careful. You got to think that in the broader perspective of things. Understand me? What? Just listen how them talk. And thing is on the door because to me should I get more pay. I'm work with government. But you know why me I stay in a government? Stay? Because years ago, I would have never come in a government. Because when me look on my pay, I get in a private sector. I would have never come in. I'm not afraid for that.
Right.
But now you have people left private sector, come in a government. The pay may not make exactly the same, but it is more manageable. You get more time for yourself, you get more time with your kids, so there are a lot of benefits.
It's security.
You understand? Not just about security, because I can do additional things and earn money. I'm a chartered accountant. I'm a chartered accountant. Yeah, I'm a chartered accountant. I can earn money, but I try to explain. Say, me have people who travel to, and they're happy. Move from $60-something gone to $100, and every day sometimes them travel 300 kilometers. I mean, to and from.
And that means one. But
so
and we have to be careful to dominant. That's what we don't only look at only where we are, but we look at where we are going.
Yeah, and I'm saying we must be careful when we are making a decision because the next one keep a borrow for the public sector workers.
Exactly.
Then you say borrow from banks. You see MDB and them you say borrow money from. You understand me? Borrow.
Neighbor.
Dominant one. I have never in my entire 40 years of life voted for the People's National Party. I will never, in any amount of life I have left, vote for the People's National Party.
Can I say something, neighbor?
But may I say, other people that are listening, we must be careful. Please.
All right, let me say this. The conversation started when somebody asked, Eltiskin, do you plan to vote? And she said she has never voted and she wants to put it in context. And she went on to tell us that because of the increase that she got, I mean, in terms of how this restructuring went on, it did not affect her in a very positive way. Remember, I didn't say positive, and I said a very positive way, right? And so she has to put that in context. So based on that context that she would have given to us, she is making up her mind as to whether or not she votes.
So what she giving?
And that's actually not what happened. She was asked and she said she has never voted. She said she would think about it. Olympic raised the point about asked her she got a salary increase and then she
what is giving the salary increase as a reason why she wasn't voting?
No. She
never said that.
She was asked if she got a salary increase.
She never said that. Wait, no.
Okay.
So basically, so what I was saying, what I said that she said that she has to put in context.
Yeah, contextualize the context.
Why she did not vote, right? And she started by telling us that
No, Barry, that's not
it. Wait.
Barry.
Let me regroup. Let me start again. She started, somebody asked her about her salary increase. And she wants to put that in context in terms of how the salary benefits her, right? Now, the truth is, one can understand that, but that should not necessarily be the sole ambit on which we decide how we cast our vote. Right?
No, I don't think that conversation ended, so I wouldn't want to put that. So basically, we're not saying.
Let me tell you how I feel about Eltiskin, right? She may not necessarily have voted in the past, but I am sure, based on her level of intelligence and what she has seen, she's going to be voting. I don't want her to tell me who exactly to vote for, because she is not a representative of the sample that we saw on television. Jamaica the other night.
Barry.
Yes.
Barry. I
Go
think
ahead.
you're sugarcoating and you're pussyfoot around the real argument, brother. And that's the problem. And I don't know if Neva stepped away and he came back and he didn't see anything wrong with the conversation or what we are alluding to. What we are saying is we don't have a problem with people when they want to vote, because many people in Jamaica don't vote. We don't have a problem with people saying they're not getting enough and so forth and so on. We have to remember when we're using platforms and we have people checking in and putting out certain talking points, it does affect other people's decisions.
Yeah, the narrative.
That is what.
True.
Yeah, the people that think
So
that.
we have to be cognizant of when we are speak. When someone is going to say, it better, my pay never raise because I did do better before. That is a statement we reject.
Vegas, that's why they don't want to come up, Vegas. That's why they don't want to come up. That's why they don't want to come up to explain, because when I explain again, gone are the days and
Let me finish, please, because let me finish. I don't want neighbor to think that we're just up here, chastising anyone. But when you have a certain rhetoric, Bridging, and you allow it to propagate throughout the space, that is where people influence people in them decisions. And people been saying the same conversation on other platforms. So, it don't do nothing for nobody because of the same money they might get, and the same this and the same that and really. If someone is gonna say their pay was better before this money was incorporated, or travel allowance was incorporated into them pay, and better it stay by it then, I reject that. I object to that, Virgin. You understand me?
But she didn't say that, Mr.
Yes, she did.
She didn't say that.
Madam, you said it better. Madam, did you not say better your pay?
Nobody said
Can I finish?
She did not say that. She was referring to
Jamaican girl, can I
Nobody
finish what
said
I'm
that.
saying, please? Can I finish what I'm saying?
Nobody said, no, you're not going to get where you want to say.
Madam, you said it better your pay did stay. Can I word this? And you get. I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question. I'm not quarreling with you, sister. Sister, I'm not quarreling with you. I'm asking a question. Didn't you not say better your pay did stay by today?
And you get your allowances.
You never said that, sister?
I heard it too.
Yes, she did say that. She did say that. She did say that. She did say that.
So sister, I'm not attack you. What I say is the rhetoric, sister. Because you may say so, you have your reason if you say that. You even said, you even went as far as say, he can't even pay me car note. You understand me? I say,
were you guys listening to the entire conversation?
No,
because
when
I made that, when I made that statement, we were referring to all the benefits that you get being a civil servant. And I said that's one of the things I pride myself with, being a civil servant, because the private sector always grudge civil servants to the amount of benefits that they get. And then I said, if I was to choose, I'd rather keep my salary and still take my benefits that I was getting, because a lot of the benefits were beneficial to civil servants. Loans, computer loans, loans. All of that was the context in how it was said. It has nothing to do with whether it made me not vote. I've never voted.
And Stacey, she did not say she had to get a second job to pay her car loan. She had no time she said that.
I own vehicles.
Boy.
I own vehicles.
No, but Jamaican girl, you see problem is Jamaican girl. You see problem, the issue is enough.
She did say it. She said, listen what she, hold on, Mr. Vegas, listen what she said. She said, she have to get a second job.
She did not say that She said, thank God for side hustle.
For second job.
She said, thank God for either side hustle. I didn't hear a second job. I heard, thank God for side hustle.
So what that means, sister?
90% of Jamaica have a side hustle. So what is the issue with that?
So what is
No, we don't have an issue with what she's saying.
90%.
We're not gonna lie,
Girl.
Because you're not putting the things that you say into context.
Jamaican girl.
You are essentially telling a lie.
Jamaican girl. Let me just tell you something. Come down. Whether side hustle or second job, I see him. But what me I say
exactly.
We have to be very careful as people were intellectual. Hold on, Jamaica, LT. May I listen to you and you sound very intelligent. What me I say to you is, remember, we're in a political climate, and you see them things where you are saying, me hear them conversation all over the PNP platform. So when you say the sister say, yo, better you did keep your old salary because it was better for you. That for them talking points. And when we do the maths, well, and sister, can I finish, please? Can I finish, please? But if I cut me, I'm not going to finish. I'm not attack you. I say, sister, what we pointed out to you, said it was $63 when I get the travel allowance, now when I get $100, right? We pointed out, say, you can't say you'd rather keep your old pay and people take it and run with it because your situation may be different, Maybe you already qualify for certain loans and everything in our mortgage, A person who used to get a certain amount, now because them salary increase. They're not qualified. They're not qualified in that regard. When I get better pay. Yes.
Jamaican
girl. It's not even what you think you're saying.
The salary increase. One question. So only reaching all of this.
No, because the conversation.
One question the person say, did that benefit from the salary increase? And I say, I'll answer you in context. Yes, the increase was good. It's a good thing the government did, but not everybody sees it as a benefit. And I explained this.
How can it not be? 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 How can it not be?
It depends on the post, you know. It depends on the post that you're in or the level you're in. And I explained that for a secretary that used to get 900,000, for instance, annually, and is now getting 1.8. That's beneficial to them. But for me, who was in the middle of what, based on the position, that was when Jamaican girl came in and said, I agree because it's not beneficial to me either. A lot of civil servants can say that.
That's not true. That's not true. There's no truth to it. There's no truth to it. There's no truth to that.
We haven't even touched on the point of the increase that we supposedly got, or the retro that we now have to be paying back the government. We don't even touch that one yet.
No, but
you guys are hell-bent to tell me.
But both are your civil servants. Remember, I'm the one.
I'm not a civil servant, Olympic, but go ahead.
All right. The thing is, I know of people who got the retro and take the retro and buy plane ticket and do all kind of craziness with the money, right? May I take with that out of the equation? The part that I want to understand, people like me, Mr. Vegas, we depend this thing every day, and the discussion that put forward by the PNP and some of it said, even teachers, they said that this did not benefit them. Okay, so when I get to 1.5, which had 100% increase or cash in pocket per month for you based on what it would represent, and you guys said it didn't benefit, then it leaves people wondering.
At what point did we say that, Olympic?
When I asked the question about 1.5.
Healthy started out by saying
you know what the problem? Sometimes,
right? And then she official to her. So that's where the confusion comes in.
No, you
understand?
You know what is the problem you guys are having? You guys are putting politics into everything.
You hear everything that we're saying with green ears.
Yeah, that is what we're doing now.
No, you're hearing everything that we've said with our green ears. That is
we are hearing it with
Jamaican girl. Politics is in any context, all you've heard is
Jamaican girl.
Them said whatever the government do, nah benefit them. That's all you hear.
Jamaican girl.
What I don't understand is you guys asking my opinion on the salary increase as a civil servant. I am telling you my reality, my reality, and you guys are look like something when a gopher and don't know me from nowhere.
I think that is a typical standpoint.
No. Healthy, don't do that. Hold on. Remember, me and Healthy did have the conversation. I'm not great for ask Healthy. Healthy, wait, man. Healthy.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question. One second, man. Let me say something now. You hear me, I say. See? All right. I just say we are coming as a green. That's how people. That's how your opinion. Your full opinion. But the point that we are trying to make is, and when say certain people, when we put back a question to Uno now and say, oh, so this now benefiting or this now benefiting, we are looking at it as a green side. But the reality is it may be not helpful in our significant, but at the end of the day, we know it will get some form of benefit from it. So we have to when we come out
And we
say,
said
oh,
that, I specifically said that. That's why I
that
keep
needed
saying
to
you
address
guys are
Rhetoric.
listening to what you want to hear.
Look here,
We have said that already.
All right, listen this now, Healthy.
Now,
Listen.
my question to you now, Jamaican girl and healthy. Oh, sorry.
We are not Barry, man. Healthy. We are not brethren. Hold on now. Healthy.
What do come vote for me? We not to the figure they attack you. What do come and vote for?
No, because what we
Labor
want.
right, I have never voted for anybody else and I will never vote for anybody else. You don't need to debate all of that with me.
We're not Jamaican girl. Jamaican girl. This is also what captured Jamaican girl. This is what hit us. And we have in our spaces has been communicating this issue that the middle class people, the people that work in public sector and otherwise, don't go out and vote. Yet they are the beneficiaries of whatever government does.
No, Rivian, I definitely cannot account. No, not you. I'm not talking to you. Sorry. I was responding to somebody in the comments.
This is one of the problems why Healthy has the issue. Healthy says she never vote yet. And she says she not sure if she can vote. Let me finish now, man. When we see the dilemma that Jamaica is in at this moment, Jamaican girl, America may live in. And you see what Trump implement now? When middle class don't vote, which is 15 million of people, did not vote for Camilla. And as a result of that, what happened? All in your job, them a put people over here when they know nothing about them work. And the behavior of PNP is identical. Because see what they do with Mr. Trump. So why we are so anxious is hearing Healthy say, she no vote.
Yeah, true. And my thing too is I've been lamenting the issue that all these people, it may not necessarily be healthy, a Jamaican girl, right, who would have benefited significantly, but majority of the public sector workers, right, would have benefited significantly from the restructuring of the salaries for public sector.
All right, look what line is saying.
Let me finish now, bro. Let me finish now, please. Right? And what happened is they have sat down in their offices, right? And they don't normally go out and vote. And the PNP knows this. And they know that the people who would be supporting, the majority of the people will be supporting the Jamaica Labour Party, will not leave their air-conditioned offices or jump into their nice brand new cars and drive down to the polling station and vote, because they cannot mix and mingle with the ordinary Jamaicans. And that is why we have suffered in the 90s, we have suffered in the 70s, we have suffered in the 90s, and this is the only time that we have seen real development in this country. And you know who did this? You know who did this for the people who are making the most money? The ordinary man who go and choose Andrew Holness. And guess who's benefiting? Begging teachers, begging nurses, begging all of those people in their nice offices who drive in their nice cars to come join us and go down to the polling station and go vote, and them not come. And guess what happened? These people work hard. The common man decide, and then guess what? Thank God a lot of these common men have good sense and decide to put Andrew Holness into power. And as a result, these civil servants are now benefiting immensely, and they are still sitting down in their offices.
And they're the quickest to complain when things are bad.
That is
Hold on. Let me say something.
They're the last to reward the good.
More tell Jamaica girl and LT said, I love you, I know some of the right things. So I'm not gonna feel like saying we are coming out now. Just that we just know this thing where you are saying is because we go for many other platforms now. We hear it. So we kind of
Look here.
One at a time, please. One at a time.
Them have a right. Them have a right.
Let me close off because me drive.
1 second, let me say something to you.
But looking at the live before you drive.
Everybody else, hold on.
Make sure you look at the live.
You listen, hold on.
One at a time, please.
Yo,
Elsie is leaving, so let her finish, please.
Hold on.
Hold on, before she leave.
Hold on, man. Me depend on the live long time, I'm not saying nothing. Hold on, man. Me depend on the live long time, I'm not saying nothing.
Make sure she read the comments in the live, you know.
She can't read while she driving.
Yeah, hear me? Hold on, man. Me have something to say. Listen to what I'm saying, and this is what I've been saying in every life. Hold on. If we make this mistake of who decide with faith in Jamaica, as what happened on the interview, it has always been the middle class who feel it the most against the PNP government. So if we sit down in our office, as Barry said, or we stay wherever we are and say, oh, we're not going to vote, we make a sad mistake. I have been preaching this for the longest while. The middle class is affected by PNP policy every time they come into power. But the middle class never want to vote. I want to go good for them, even if a little bit good. Even if a little bit good, it'll go for them, they never want to vote. And we have to change that narrative. We have to change it. We have to make these people who don't know what they're demonstrating for, and you can't account, don't vote for us, a government. We have to come out our cage, our nice cozy cage, and go out and mark the X. You understand me? That we have to do that, and I've been preaching this from day one. The middle class in Jamaica have to stand up and be counted. It cannot be you're depending on people to do things, to make things happen for you. You have to go out there and make things happen for you. And I've been overhearing everything that's been happening. But what I'm saying to you, today, Jamaica overall is at a better place, whether we like it or not. Jamaica overall for everybody is at a better place.
And there's
you
no
understand me? So, and Jamaica girl, you know, some love. We never go there. So I know that's where. But me just say we have to be mindful of what we make people do for us. We just have to be mindful. Yeah, go on.
Go quick. So LT girl can respond now.
You know, but and realize that is where LT and Jamaica girl is going on. We, as a supporter of the Jamaica Labour Party, we have to know mindful of we answer certain questions, because even if we have good intention, sometimes we see that we are pushed too hard back against whatever their issues is, and we need to kind of go back a little and have a more listening ears to these people, because these are the people who want to make the decision we are talking about right now. So my apology to Jamaica girl and everything. If you don't feel like me that come out to me to art, because I'm not asking because no hard feelings about it. Yeah? I'm a lover now. So I'm not Jamaican.
It's very important for them to know that for real, you know, if I want, because it is the argument that is being put forward that we're against. Yeah. Because it's not, the problem is not a healthy skin and or a Jamaica girl, you know, because we know where Jamaica girls stand already. But what the argument can do.
But the thing is, you have a lot of LT now. You have a lot of Jamaica girl, and the thing is,
exactly, you have a lot of skin in terms of the argument that has been put forward. So it is the argument that we're against, and not necessarily your personal experience.
All right, thank you. Hold on, let her just speak, because she says she needs to go, so let her just speak so she can.
All right, and
we're closing in about 20 minutes, so everybody does say their piece after.
All right, we love you now. Only can come off and listen.
Yes, we love you too. All right, healthy skin, go ahead.
All right. One of the thing I want to leave with, well, as if you don't know, everybody know. Any life I'm up and I go in the box, I always say I am not afraid to say I've never voted. But one thing I can say, I don't believe in bullying. I believe in democracy. You understand? And King is in the comment section, and we have been on lives together. And King can attest to the fact that my narrative has never changed. You understand? As it relates to the majority of the discussions were just general people getting knowledge of the whole operations or policies of the public sector. Persons asked me my opinion on stuff, I answered. As it relates to the salary thing or the increase or whatever, as the person say in the comments, persons change them lifestyle and cannot afford it. Everything I have accomplished was before I have cars. I've been driving before. I'm a traveling officer.
Thank you.
And I have cars. So there's nothing. I don't see the big who are. And if this is my reality, it is my reality. There are good stuff, amazing stuff that the government is doing. Are they perfect? No. Can more things be done? Absolutely. Nobody is perfect. But you guys can't take everything if it's not aligned to what you guys, to the negative, or see it as an attack. It's my reality as a civil servant. My reality. You understand? And one of the things we have to understand is that unless you have personal knowledge and operation and things that public sector workers go through, you will never know. And one of the things why I'm passionate about the increase thing and why it comes back to what I said, Jamaica girl, about being passionate for a thing, and that is why I don't do this, because in the public service, especially accounting post or position, don't Jamaican girl or anybody that's on the live, it's one of the things based on the Services Commission, the Ministry of Finance government overall. All accounting posts, those persons are appointed immediately because of the specialty of that area is money. In recent times, we can see the two cases in the accountant general and stuff like that. One of the things we always say when we go to meetings, whether at cabinet office or anywhere, is when you come on to paying civil servants, you have to be careful in what you're doing, because people greedy, you know, but people are so thief. And you say if them not pay well, them are go thief. And them greedy too. Majority of the time greedy, them greedy, yes. But if them not pay well, them are go thief, Jamaican girl. And a lot of that we see happening now in the civil servant, especially in the accounting divisions, accounting departments, accounting people, thief, and no fight, no reports. So that's all we want to see. Whether we ever go, we have to ensure that persons are paid well. So them can't say, because that's the mantra them come with, we not get paid and we not get paid good for whatever. Because those persons have direct link to money or the system in how them can do stuff. You understand? But the government is doing a lot of good things. We're not taking that from the government. I've never ever. But
all right, you finish?
There's a lot of somebody say how is SEF being facilitated in accounting? I'm confused. But remember,
SEF is facilitated anywhere at all. I don't even know what kind of question that is.
What kind of question that's
all right.
You can pay yourself. The staff at education was paying himself $3 million. You can pay yourself once you're in that division. You have access to the system.
I made a point earlier that, you know, I gave a figure of 20,000. I'm not saying that's what my increase was. So I was saying, you guys want me to jump up and skip for $20,000, right? And somebody in the comment was, I guess, very disgruntled about that. I'm telling you right now, you would not do the work that I do. I'm the only female in my job, and you would not do the work that I do. My job description literally has the word stress in it. So if me disgruntled about the amount of money that I get for the stress that I have to manage, that is within my right.
Yep.
Again, to note the point that you spoke
Jamaican
about
girl.
healthy skin, about living above your means. Oh, you guys even reached to that? Oh, you guys even reached to that? It's like you can't have nothing to say.
Jamaican girl, if it is that they are saying the JLP is doing a thing where persons can live up, live good, live whatever, but you're still on one hand the supporters that when persons are live within their mean, you want me to
Yeah.
stay stagnant? Oh, you
Apparently,
just
apparently.
we don't want pension thing, so you want me come in a government, as a secretary, and then when I retire at 65, I'm still a secretary. That is no pension.
Apparently.
That is no pension. So you cannot say persons that live above them mean. You don't want people stagnant. Or you're gonna come in at the division or a ministry and you stay in the same position for 15, 20 years, 40 years. How? You have to want better for yourself.
I don't think that is what they mean though. I don't think that is what they
them
mean.
saying in the comments. That's
Well,
what.
the healthy skin, let us not take this thing personal. Let us look at it from a broader perspective.
Wait, let me finish.
Barry,
but it is
somebody
personal,
cannot
Barry.
attack you
Barry,
personally,
Barry.
and then you tell us not to take it personal.
Barry, it is personal.
It is very personal.
It is personal.
Because we're not attack with personal. So you mean we're not to take it personal? We have to take it personal because you guys don't know us. We are taught based on our experience. You can't judge that.
I'm working at my job. Sometimes I have to go in my pocket to make the work happen. And you're going to come here and tell me I'm living above my means?
Jamaican girl.
And I should be grateful. I'm at work like 6 days a week. My light bill is $32,000. So yes, I would not up, skip and jump for $20,000 because it could pay my light bill.
Jamaican girl, make them know say you have persons who work for government. You have to buy your own pen. You have to buy your own keyboard. You have to buy your own paper.
Right.
You have to buy your own stuff. You don't have the AC. You don't have nothing for sit down and eat lunch. You don't have no change in the pantry. No nothing. Wanna say a lot of things good is happening, but a lot
Where is that healthy living? Where is that happening? Where they don't have no lunchroom or anything? Where is that?
Where we won't get into any of that.
Where
will
is that?
not
Where is
get
that?
into any of
But
that.
if you come out and broad-base it, we need to know.
It's not big broad-based where she's speaking specifically to what she knows, either her place or so. So you have to tell the life where she works, basically.
I Soji, I mean, I think Jamaican girl, I thought you said you were going to be ending. I want to give us a little chance to comment. And I'd love to just say a couple of things before, you know. The truth is, I know it's not everybody in government who would have gotten benefits that makes them happy. And when you're restructuring an organization, restructuring means that some people are going to be extremely happy and some people may not necessarily be happy. Some people are probably going to remain the same place that they were, because what you're trying to do, you're trying to realign the organization with reality. Or what happens within a country that you would have used as best practice. So when the realignment comes into being, it just did not happen and you just say, this is Jamaica case. They have to look at what is called a best practice. And a best practice that they would use would be in the United States of America. And based on what happened is that when you get your salary, it's one money that you collect. So everything that you earn is within that. You get paid by the hour. And whatever it is, that's the money that you get at the end of the day. Now, we are not even there. But so the truth is a realignment, a restructuring, whatever you call it, will affect some people positively, some people very positively, and some people may just be where they were before. And what this government tried to do was not put anybody in a worse off position than where they were. Now, moving forward, how is it going to affect? Those people who were not necessarily affected very positively, right, may start to feel better than those people who were affected very positively. Because when you look at where you are, you were able to roll your car upkeep into your salary. It now means that moving forward, instead of your basic salary being increased, excluding your allowances plus your basic salary will be increased, which will put you ahead of the game for the next bargaining period. So that is one perspective. The other perspective that I want to say, sometimes if we do not stand for anything, we'll fall for anything, right? So if we don't stand for something, we'll fall for anything. And sometimes when you put that into reality, you have to know where you are. And in terms of, especially when you try to influence a narrative, you have to speak from a position that you take. You can't be beaten on both sides of the bush. So it's either you say, listen, I may not want to disclose my position, but I want to say, listen, I am going to vote. I know where I'm going to vote for. But if you are not somebody who is willing to vote, I don't think you should either come to discourage or encourage somebody to vote when you yourself has chosen that, listen, this isn't something that I won't participate in, right? And the last thing I'd want to say, and I said it before, that the hard-won gains that we now have has to be credited to the ordinary Jamaican people who would have gone into the trenches with their politician, with their elected representative or their representative, walk the grounds, right? Go to polling station from early in the morning, right? To work for measly little money for the day and sometimes some cold lunches by the time it gets to them, to make the government that we have now, put them in office. While some people who are sitting in air-conditioned offices, driving brand new cars from Toyota, Jamaica, and all these other places, right, will not decide to vote. And when the benefit comes, it is those people who benefit more than everybody else. And the people who go into the trenches have to be scraping to find a politician to get a benefit, or so on. So I'm just saying to all of us on this live is that we need, if we need to impress on these people. Don't allow the ordinary man to help to elect the government. Let us help too. And the PNP knows this, that a well-thinking Jamaican who would support Jamaica Labour Party won't vote. And that is why they decide to make sure that the people they want on their team are the ones who are not very literate and intelligent. And I rest it there.
Hold on there, Mr. Mike. Take a minute to answer this. You don't think that despite the commendable performance of the government, that in your messaging, you have to appear a little bit more empathetic to the causes of persons who are telling you that, you know, in their individual case, there may be a little challenge?
Of course. And that is what I've always been saying. And if you notice, I said there are people in the restructuring neighbor. There are people who are very well, who are very happy. There are people who are just happy. And there are people who just, well, it never really work out so well for me, you know. Right? And this is right now because it's a restructuring, right? And you can understand that the persons who would have happened is basically middle managers who never actually feel be very happy. It's people who are the high end, the senior managers, and the people who are below the middle managers. Those are the ones who are very happy. The middle managers themselves, the people who are traveling officers, they are the ones who are mostly affected by this, right? And you can't underestimate how they are feeling when they see people around them they're getting 100%, and then because of where they were on the scale, they probably just remain flat or probably just get a little bump, you know, in terms of their salaries. So you can understand that. But the point I want to...
Based on that point that you said also, one of the things, I don't know if Jamaican girl is experiencing that in her space, but one of the things with everything that is happening now surrounding the compensation and the incremental payments and all of that, a lot of, you see, like even the lower end or the upper end people, what they're complaining, because a lot of them now, based on what is to be paid, the next payment to be made and then the increment, a lot of them now have to pay back money. That is the next issue now.
That I'm saying to you is that you are going. They said it's not who smile first, smile best, you know. It's the one who, the person who smile last is the one who smile best. So I'm saying to you though, I'm saying,
because of how it happened, persons who they get academic increments, as we go pay back, are them the it's a lot of madness happening now.
Well, and you can't, and then it's really a teething pain, you know. Everything comes with teething pain, right? And then it's going to be balanced out. And like I said to you people, everybody in the long run is going to be happy. They're going to be smiling. And especially those people who are retiring soon, they are going to love this government world without end. And you know that, right?
That is true. That's a point that I've argued with a lot of persons as well.
Jamaican girl, you know, my gut feeling, and I'm telling you, after serving in the military and seeing some 2.5 increase and pay late and all kind of things, my gut feeling has always been very afraid of the people who are living a little bit comfortable, not should fully comfortable. My gut feeling, I've always been afraid of them when it comes to politics in Jamaica.
I am leaving,
Go ahead.
guys. Neighbors.
All right, take care. Yeah, man. Safe journey upon the road. Safe journey upon the road.
Yes.
Like I say, I drive, yeah? Safe journey upon the road.
And healthy skin, listen to me. I have no doubt that you know what to do. I trust your judgment. I trust your judgment more than everybody else who has spoken on this live.
Jamaican
You
girl,
are very bright.
when
You are
them come
smart.
and them attack. When I said to them, say, I spoke with classic talk about this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
On WhatsApp. Didn't I say that? Me don't know
Yes,
what
yes.
We're not pressure you, young lady. I said to you, say, we know intelligent people do the right things, and you are very smart. And
not pressure me.
we're not pressure. You know, I've never asked you about voting. I always say that you are smart. You are very smart. You are very intelligent. I'm not even tell you if I make the right choice, because you know what's the right choice, right?
Yeah, but
so I don't have to tell you.
By her association, you should all know. May I ask you before you leave, my dear sister? Why have you called yourself Healthy Skin?
If my sticker not put on, I'm gonna have the receipt. I have the sticker, can't take it off, the registration. If I show them, them not give me no ticket now.
No, they're not giving a ticket, but you have to put it on.
They're going to tell you to put it on same time. You have to put it on same time. You have to put it on same time.
I suggest that if they stop, you just ask them to put it on for you, yeah?
Yes, yes.
For you, yeah.
Just say, sir, can you put this on for me, please, sir?
So I make sure I pull in at one gas station. Pull in at one gas station and I try to take it off. So I'm going to take it off before I drive home.
Yes.
They can't put it on for you.
I ask them to put it on for you, know? Yeah, they'll be kind to the
so
ladies.
guys, all right, Barry, so I was saying a few things, Jamaican girl.
You were saying something?
No, so we catch you again. No, you say, be safe on the road. Take time, because I'm going to fall over. Anyhow, Jamaican girl, what I was saying is that my gut feeling have always been afraid of a middle section of Jamaica who benefit the most but remain silent. Whether it's by a little bit or a little more, they benefit the most. But they remain silent. They stay in the middle and let the country run and decide for them. It's always my hurt gut feeling to see them watch everything fall apart. And guess what? It come back and affect them the most.
Yes.
You understand me? When I look at things, I tell you something. You said stress, and I understand your job stress. You know what happened to my son when he joined the army? The first week he went on the road. Bet you couldn't tell me what happened to him.
No, have a breakdown?
No, he came under contact.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to you? In everything, but what I have seen though, and I would never deter him, when I was in the military, nothing was happening. Condition was terrible, Jamaican girl, terrible. I mean terrible, it was terrible. And when he said, Daddy, I'm going to the army, I said, go. Because I've seen the major changes that have been happening. You understand me? A lot of time we're comfortable, and because we're comfortable, we say it's okay, but who made you comfortable? Who made you comfortable? Is that the main reason behind everything, you know? Who made you comfortable? Isn't that how it is?
Yes, it is.
Who made you comfortable? You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
Don't think that, listen, we can't, and Jamaica girl, I keep stressing this every live I go on. We can't make the people them who really can't help Jamaica decide for us. We can't make it happen. We can't make it happen, Jamaica girl. We have to do better than that. We can't just stand by and watch it fall apart. Because that's what, look at it, Jamaican girl. Every time, I said the middle class people of Jamaica who started business, because since 2016, we have 255,000 new businesses.
Yes.
Every time we have a PMP government, it fall apart. Who now if you take 5 flights a day, them 44,000 who not alive themselves happening in Jamaica. We must use these things as markers. We must use them as markers and remember. they don't care because they're looking to make their friends. Look, listen, who come out and defend them, you know? Who used to milk we long time. Jamaica girl, you know, you can name 5 names in Jamaica. Where them alone used to do business in Jamaica. You understand?
Definitely.
Yeah, so we, and I know you're doing it, but we have to encourage the middle class to stand up and be counted for, because them would be affected the most. Every time PMP get the government, the middle class have a runway, either they analyze themselves or them business fail. Just remember
and them have the
that is
hardest ears in a soldier.
Man, you know that me tell, you know, hear me say me gut feeling. You never hear me say to you say me gut. You know hear me tell you say. You know hear me say to you say. And me gut feeling me I come out and I know them have the hardest ears. Jamaican girl, me know. Say them have the hardest ears. But me granny say if you can't hear you, what?
Yep. Feel.
Yeah, and Soji, yeah. So Soji, you and I we have been talking this every single day that we come on the live. The base of the Jamaica Labour Party and the base of the PNP will go out to vote, right?
Yes.
But if the middle class, those people who are not necessarily very politically aligned, decide to go and vote, there is no way under this event that the PNP can come back to office. Because what happened is that based on what this government is doing, if these people have to say, listen, I'm going to use performance of government to decide how I vote, PNP will never see back Jamaica House. Because what we see, and especially this Andrew Holness-led administration, I heard him said last night he sent his team, his communications team, to prepare a list of achievements, and not the menial ones, the real significant achievements. And when they came back with a list of over 250 achievements of the government, which are significant, right? And when you put reducing crime to 42%, which is now 44.2% as of June 2, I was told, right? That did not even make the number 1 on the list, which...
Wow.
So when you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, this government is making significant strides. And I'm going to say this one more thing. When you think of we are now 68% debt to GDP, with a projection to reduce the debt to GDP to 60% by 2027, which is the next bargaining period for public sector workers. Think about the government having more 40%, right? More fiscal space within the budget. Can you now begin to imagine the level of benefit that will redound to the public sector employees? The government has now the capacity to pay more and will pay more because they believe that the government, the public sector workers should be paid more, but it is based on their ability to pay. And it's not because they don't want to pay more, but because the ability to pay is being restricted by the debt to GDP. So once the government continues to create fiscal space within the economy, then the government's ability to pay public sector workers more is going to be significant. And I don't want these people to take this thing lightly. The future for Jamaicans and Jamaican public sector workers is bright. You are going to start with people from all over the world applying for jobs in Jamaica.
All right, Mr. Maiden?
Yes, sir.
You are doing well for the government, sir. Congratulations.
Hey, neighbor.
Yes, sir.
I didn't say this. You remember we spoke about sampling the other day, right? And we're talking about random sampling.
Yes.
And we talk about what we're discussing the poll. I want to show a practical example of that. Was this on display the other night after the demonstration in
4 o'clock tomorrow. Why don't you let us do that?
I want to say to these 100 people, and it won't be long, neighbor. I'm just going to do it for about 2 seconds, 2 minutes, right? What we saw is that a TVJ reporter did a sample. It was 4 persons, and I would imagine they would have taken the 4 interviews from 4 different parts of the crowd, right? That is a very good representation of that population that was there. Now, what that
in other
means-
words, the reporter would have spoken to many more.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, not many more. The reporter would have spoken to about 4 or 5 persons given the time that she has, and the time that she needs to get it done.
You are saying that the sample, in other words, those who came on camera, is a sample of those who were there?
It was a sample of those who were there, right?
But if that is so, Barry, it's worse than we thought.
That's what I'm saying. So neighbor, when you listen now to all the commentators or all the people who are speaking on these live right across, right? You'd have gone on the live where you'd have heard the people support the People's National Party. How different do they sound from the 4 people who were interviewed?
I'll reserve my comments on that.
So it tells you that this is a sample of the people, is a great representative sample of the kind of people who support the People's National Party.
Yeah, but the only point I'd make in that is that these are Jamaicans.
Yes.
And it is in our interest to ensure that all Jamaicans are brought up to a level of literacy, of intelligence, that because they are productive workers too, they are employees.
Of course.
So can you imagine their level of productivity?
That's it. And so neighbor, no wonder, right? Why when you see the PMP and how they operate in terms of the kind of music they play on their platforms, right? And how they actually conduct their meetings, it's indicative of the kind of people who form part of their base. Because I know you would not go down to a political meeting to hear people tell you SYM when they are actually DJing. Right. So basically, this is a representative sample of the kind of people who support the People's National Party.
And this is what I hope, Barry, in the third term, that we can really focus on the development of our people. I really, basically, something that I'm passionate about, because I think even as we pursue economic development, we have to understand that we could improve that if we were able to get our people developed a little bit more. Have to thank you for
and
today,
that is,
sir.
Yes, sir. And that is why, neighbor, the Prime Minister would have actually made art free for everybody, because he wants to develop the capacity of the people. Because being people's capacity to develop is very, very integral in actually moving the economy forward.
You need to come
Thank you
home
very much, neighbor.
and become a surrogate for the party in the election, though, Mr. Mike.
Mr. Neighbor, you know the kids still have to go to school, and you know myself doing my little thing, and my wife doing my little thing. So, but we will be in Jamaica to cast our votes, and we will also make sure that we can support,
but seriously, I think your grasp of issues and the way you explain it, and I listen to you across the other lives, has added a very calm, collective and intelligent voice to many issues, and we have learned a lot from you, sir.
Barry, do you go live from your platform?
No, I don't.
Because some persons in the comment asking as well, so I think you should.
I possibly should, yes.
Because clearly they want to hear more from you. So guys, just follow Barry.
It's just
even if it doesn't go live, you'll get the notification.
Just the time I don't have. And quite frankly, when I'm on these live, a lot of time I'm actually working, so I'm multitasking, Yes.
Yeah, it's quite a different task to run one and moderate it and
moderate it.
Indeed.
It's not easy, I can tell you that.
All right.
See, I've been on since 10 o'clock.
Yes.
And
that's right.
I have actually left where I am, went on the road. I could do something, come back, and I'm out. And thank God we had Jamaica Girl.
That's right.
People don't know what is happening behind the scenes. Sometimes you're in your bed doing things and they don't even know.
Yes, Cantidosa, and we are wrapping up for the 5th time today.
All right, people. Thanks. Nice. Always good listening to you. I will look forward to joining you. Yes.
Tomorrow.
Neighbor.
Yes,
I know you probably go down to Mr. Samuda's place to have lunch from time to time.
No. In recent times, I have not been able to afford it.
Yeah, it's one of my little favorite place down in Ola, but
when you come to Jamaica, you go there and have a beer.
Oh yes, man, not a problem, man. That's what I was saying. Whenever I get to Jamaica, I'll link you up so we can go there, have a beer, and probably bring a couple
Did you know
of
that's
friends
where
and-
Casey works?
I didn't know that. It was the other day when I hear you talking to him, I realized, you know.
So we'll have the forecast to prepare a sandwich for us.
That's right.
Yeah, and have football. We invite Jamaica girls too.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Samuda's a good friend of mine, man. Even though he's on the other.
Lovely. Look at that.
Yes, his wife actually taught my child at kindergarten, at prep school over there in Spanish Town. So I mean, I didn't even know it was one of these when I went down there. I saw her and I was like, "What are you doing there?" And she was like telling me, "You know, I got married to Mr. Samuda." And I said, "Really?" You know. So,
yes.
But Mr. Samuda has been my friend because I've been supporting him ever since he opened. You know.
Yes.
And every time I come to Jamaica, I took the time to go down there and have something to eat. You know.
There you are.
Yes.
I look forward to that, sir.
All right, not a problem, Casey. Not a problem, neighbor.
Yeah, and what I want to say to you is that as we draw closer to the election, if I may make this public overtures to you, I think you should be more regular on our program, Jamaica Girl.
Yes, indeed.
And especially on election night.
Yes, man, I'm going.
Certainly has to be.
I don't know about election night. I don't know about election night. Because election night I'll be somewhere celebrating with a candidate.
No, but you'll have a phone. You'll have a phone.
Well, I'll see how that works. Yes, definitely.
Well, maybe from nomination day upwards, that's going to be an
upwards, yes.
Period.
Yes.
It would be good to have your analysis because, as you know, this program is about providing information. Eh?
Information and sensible information to neighbor.
Yeah.
You know, neighbor, you know, I like your approach to the whole thing. Because you see what the thing you bring to this platform, you know, which is quite different from a lot of people. You have a perspective. And you tend to ask the thought-provoking questions. You know,
has gotten me into trouble.
Yeah,
it has gotten me into trouble.
I know it has gotten you into trouble, but the thing is, neighbor, this is what really a good host does, you know. Ask the thought-provoking question to keep the live alive.
Well,
you know?
what I try to get people to understand is that you are to place yourself in the position of the listener. So the listener is unable to ask the questions, and it may be questions from both sides.
That's
and so
right.
if you have a guess, you are representing the listener. Okay,
but neighbor,
so a lot of times people think that I
people
don't have no sense or I am ignorant because I'm asking.
Are you
a
ignorant?
question.
Yes,
it's
and
not
you play
because
the
I
devil's
don't know
advocate sometimes. Yes.
Huh?
And you play the devil's advocate sometimes, you know.
Well, not even the devil, sir, because I don't have nothing to do with the devil. but you have to be an advocate on behalf of people.
An advocate of the people, right? You know. So
yes.
You know,
so you know the handcart man downtown and the higgler in the market. You have to ask yourself, what are the questions that this person wants to ask?
Yes.
And ask it. You know, because that is how they are going to be attracted to you and the higgler and the taxi man and the person tonight who is not working.
True.
You know,
true.
The man who probably struggling to pay his bills. You have to ask a question for him.
Yeah, it puts life into the life instead of it just being monotonous and boring. And sometimes the control that you exude over the whole platform also helps to kind of maintain a certain level of respect on the platform, which is very good. And I mean, I always look forward. My wife is glued to you, even as we speak.
You're sure, sir?
And sometimes I'm like,
you're sure you want her to be glued here?
Glued to the live.
Okay.
And sometimes I tend to get a little jealous, Dave. I must be honest with you.
Yes.
Yes. And she asks a lot of questions and she makes a lot of comments in the live, but she don't want her identity to be
And may I ask, why are you jealous, sir?
I am jealous sometimes. You know, neighbor, you and I are cutting off the same cloth, you know. So when I want to go upstairs and get my little time, neighbor, I can't be hearing. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Jamaica girl, look how we are interfering in people's marriage.
I tell you.
You know, the same thing is happening to Soji, I bet you.
Train man said this is the only live my wife will sit and listen. We need to hear more of my voice. Come on.
No, I'm
right.
just having the same problem. Same problem.
Yes, yes. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the ladies neighbor, the men now soon get you off of this live, you know? Because you're taking away all of the women.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that, sir.
Yes.
Well, we do it for Jamaica, no, sir?
Oh yes, you know.
Yes.
All right, neighbor, take care and all the best. Have a great
thank
weekend.
you so much. I've appreciated, and as I said to you, learned so much from your interventions, and I wish you all the best with your studies.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward for you to come back to Jamaica. Eh?
Oh yes.
Yes. Take care of yourself.
All right, Barry, take care.
You too.
Thank
Well,
you.
Jamaica girl, they're saying they want to hear more of your voice. They don't like mine. Is that what they're saying?
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. But probably my voice sounds a little better when they want to go upstairs, you know?
Oh, we need to hear more of Jamaican girl's voice. Well, common sense. What are you saying there? Jamaica girl is to host more, co-host. What is it? Her views or her voice? What you want more of? Her views or
From an analysis point of view, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
Well, more
okay.
to come, so stay tuned.
Yes,
Yes, join us daily. Tomorrow we're on at 4.
4 p.m.
And Mondays to Fridays we're on at, oh
6
Lord,
o'clock.
the time slipped me, 6 to 8.
Yes.
6 to 8. Thank
I
you,
normally give them a
Rastobi.
little
Thank
bit
you,
of
Common
bonus
Sense, for the
sometimes.
gifts.
I come on a little earlier.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Jamaica girl, take care today. Today was your Sabbath, or is your Sabbath?
Yes.
So you stayed home.
Yes, I am home.
All right, great. Take care of your family.
Will do. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Take care, guys.
All right. Bye, everyone. And thanks for joining.
This election is not due, sir.
Don't say that, man. That's a lie. Why the Prime Minister refuse to call election?
Okay. Because election
Election is not yet due. Election, the Constitution.
Because it's not every year he's gonna do that.
Okay, don't repeat that lie. It's a lie. It's not 4 years.
Election is not due.
2020, the Prime Minister
I
called.
don't care. 2020
1 second, Kerry, 1 second.
2022,
Make him talk.
it
Kerry, 1
doesn't
second.
matter.
Kerry,
Election is not
Kerry,
due.
Kerry, please. Kerry, please. Let O'Keefe talk.
But election is not due.
Kerry, make him talk, no man, I beg you.
All right, go ahead.
I don't hear what he said about 2020. Maybe you want to say. 2020, the election was constitutionally due 2021. Andrew Holness called the election into the peak of the pandemic, right? And put even people's life at risk. Lie. Understand? Lie. Why now? Lie. It's so comfortable. Why
Mr.
don't
Utag, add cars
why
for me,
you don't
please.
call the election? If you're
The
so
election.
hold on, 1 second. Let me answer him.
And when we call it, PNP can get another cut off.
Let me answer. Okay. Let me respond and debunk his lie. His lie is telling. He had said a while ago the election was Andrew Holness called